Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
There we go. I'll add myself to the stage. I haven't done that yet. Oh gosh, guys. What a last couple busy days. See, Friday, saw the breast surgeon. This thing out of my way for the Google Drive. I don't come back and see her for 6 months. I got to do a mammogram in August. Just one side only, though. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about on the other side anymore. And so that was good news. I had yesterday morning's appointment, which was my first fill up. Where, had you watched it, my port is, wow, how the hell did, or is that chocolate? Sorry, I'm using it as my mirror. I think that's chocolate. I had dark chocolate peanut butter cups. Sorry, my bad. But where's the Band-Aid at? Right there. There's a Band-Aid. They added 100 cc's to my skin expander. Hi, Body Illusion, Sandy, Brazzy. I hadn't looked over the side yet. 7th, Nick. It's good having you guys all here. I've missed you guys. I also got to get these appointments done and over with. Yeah, you would have thought, because she's stabbing me, wherever that is, amongst all the goddamn chocolate I ate this morning. It doesn't sit like it used to. But she took a needle. It's just, it didn't look, the top end was big. The needle itself didn't look big, but it was one of those, take the stud finder, find the port. I mean, it literally is just a stud finder. It's like the little ones you'd get with the magnet where it stands up straight. That's how they find the port. And it looked like something from Pulp Fiction. Because she took that thing, she made an X where the port was and then stabbed it into me. I couldn't feel it. There's nothing to feel right there. There's nothing. It's like going to the dentist. You know there's skin there, but you can't feel it. So, I didn't bring any glasses. Shit. The glasses. I've been running around trying to get stuff done while I still have energy. But yeah, she put in 100 cc's into there, so it got rid of most of the wrinkles, except I still got a divot right in here. And next week, I guess they're going to add some fluid to the top to help stretch the skin. So we'll see what happens there. At least most of the tabs have gotten out of the owie places that were kind of raw, because they're like, say, you know how your packaging, even though it's sealed to the side, there's these edges here. Well, this has something similar, and when it's all deflated, and it'll dig into raw whatever left of muscle and everything. So, but she inflated it, so that took off some of the feeling of the bag, because it's not the implant yet. It's just the expander, so that they can figure out how big of an implant it's got to go in there until it matches the other one. So the only part I still have a problem is there's a piece right here, and at nighttime it gets sore, and I have to sit there and push it off away from. Yeah, God, it gets raw. Oh man. It looks like I have cleavage again for a little while, yes. And the chocolate. Goddamn Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups. And they're crumbly too. So that was done yesterday. And then killing time, I had an appointment at 10 and an appointment at 4:30. And these appointments take like 30 minutes each, so killing 5 hours. There's not a whole, I mean, for me, you're on a time limit. You can't do a whole lot. We were down below Pill Hill, First Hill, Cherry Hill, all that in the hospital. So we just decided to check out a Goodwill. Holy shit, that was huge. There's a lot of stuff in there. And I did not come out with any of it. It was a way to kill time. Look at things and go, I remember doing that. Oh, I remember having those. But having the attitude is I got to get rid of shit before I add more shit into here. So, yeah. Thanks, body. I'm glad you stopped by. And hopefully you are feeling better. So, yeah. But I saw the oncologist at 4:30. She told me, I'll see you in 4 months. So I take that as a good sign. No chemo, no radiation. I guess the only way there's a possibility is some test she's got to run on. I don't know if it's the cancer cells, or what she's got to run on it. But I think the higher end, then I would probably, if it came back that way, I'd probably have to do a little bit of chemo. But the lower end, I won't have to do any. And she really doubts that it's going to come back high. She's pretty much figures we got it all in the surgery. Excuse me. I'm still burping it. I just had yesterday's lunch for breakfast. So she scheduled me for 4 months out. I go back in June, beginning of June. Stop and think. So hopefully this just reconstructs and get done, and then we go in. It's what, the 11th. In less than a month, I go in for a cardiac ablation. I'm so ready for this to be done. So I have a week of no doctor visits. Next Tuesday, I go in and have another fill up. And then the week after that, I go in for another fill up and see the actual plastic surgeon. So she can hopefully tell me, once this ablation's done, let's go in and put in your permanent implant. But I can't do any of that shit until I get rid of my drain. And wow, that's good. Nothing has came out of it in hours. It's attached right here. Right underneath where the strap sits, of course. So it cuts off. So it cuts off the fluid going to my little grenade down here. But I don't know. Just I'll be so, they should come out next week. By filling up this area, the body won't try to fill it with fluid and then have to drain. So if I can keep it under 30 cc's for 24 hours, Monday they'll take it out, or Tuesday they'll take it out. And I don't know how long it's good to have a drain in the body. It hangs around, I got it tucked under my shirt for now. But at nighttime I sleep by hanging around my neck, and then I can kind of give it its own little pillow someplace I won't roll over on top of it. So yeah. That's what I'm dying to get rid of, is this. Once this thing's out, I think the healing will go a hell of a lot faster. This is starting to get raw. There's not much I can do with it. But I'm just going through one day at a time. It's like I was thinking, if it's this easy, I got this dose of reality this easy. I don't feel like a survivor. I feel like, yeah, I had cancer and I cut it out and it's gone. I don't feel like, these women who work really hard have to go through all the chemo and do all that. They earned that badge. I just earned the badge of, yeah, I had it and I cut it out. I mean, And I was even willing to take this side if it meant I wouldn't have to deal with this shit again. But the doctor said no, and unfortunately not. No, it goes off of what oncology says. So I'm kind of glad because I didn't need 2 drains, one on each side. But oh my God, this one hurts so bad. I'm so ready for it to be done. And I have been on antibiotics for over 2 weeks. And he's picking up the refill because I got to be on it to help so that it doesn't reject the tubing and everything I've got sticking out of me. And it sucks. Yeah, a friend of mine, years back, she had a tummy tuck, and she had 2 drains right about what hip level. That'd be tough. You'd catch it on something, go to pull up your pants, zip your pants, and yeah, no. That would be really, really tough to do. So I'm just glad this is moving. This is going forward. Just get this out of me is all I care. Unfortunately, I can't snip it myself and pull it out like I did all my other stitches. I'd get like I had a cyst I had to take out years ago, and I don't even think it made it to the 10 days to have, because my body doesn't like to absorb it. So that just kind of had to take them out myself and undo it because it was attached to the ones on the inside, and it was not happy. It was hangry with me, very, very, very angry. So I had to cut them out myself, and yeah, that didn't go over well. It healed nicely. You never know there's anything there, but what's dangerous is when you have a lab rot mix and they neuter him, and then we didn't make it to the 10 days. I looked at him, and the stitches were red and hot and starting to swell. And yeah, don't try to do that with a dog that size. He was not happy. It took all 3 of them to pin him down so I could get in with the little tiny scissors and snip those stitches. He's sure glad when they were out, but man, the idea of having him on his back, what used to be there all exposed to the world so I could cut out the stitches, didn't go over well. So it was done. He's sure glad it was done, and I didn't have to deal with a cone of shame. So, yeah. This dip, you can see there's a light difference because it's still concaved in, and it will be till Tuesday. All I want to do is sleep right now. It was a long day yesterday. Got to be up out of the Airbnb. Oh, good Lord, the Airbnb. Nice place. Great communication with the people. I always like to do one last sweep. Make sure nothing's ever forgotten. Because, God forbid something rolls under the bed or whatever. So I did that. I roughly made the bed, even though I know they're going to come in and take the sheets and everything. I always make the bed so it looks a little bit put together, I guess you could say. I did the last sweep underneath the bedroom, and I'm like, well, that's something shiny. Was that like a lotion bottle? No, it was not. I didn't even touch it. I could tell by the shape what it was. It's like, alrighty then. That means when they did the sweeping from one person to the next, they just did a really quick sweep around the edges, not really look to underneath the bed. So I left a kind message, said, we don't use the pillows because Princess here has these sleep pillows that are memory foam. They're damn near hard as a rock. Let them know that I didn't use the pillows. They're still on the desk. I said, but you might want to check underneath the bed, and while you're at it, put on some gloves too to get rid of it. So, yeah. I wish it could have been there in his face when he realized. I couldn't put down exactly what it was in a message. I just said, you might want to wear gloves. when you go underneath the bed to go get rid of it. I mean, how do you tell someone you do not know that whose house you just stayed in? A guest before left something cylindrical. Yeah. Just tell him that and then run to the doctor's office and be there by 10. And then found a cute little place in Lake Sammamish. So I think it's called Sammamish Cafe. There's several of them, same owner. So there's Sammamish Cafe. There's Issaquah. I think there's a North Bend Cafe. Yeah. Good food. Really, really good food. I really liked it. So I ordered the 4-piece fish, ate 3 yesterday, and brought 1 home, and today was lunch. I'm so freaking cold. I want this turned this way, but I don't want it to. I don't want it to turn my jewelry too hot. But it feels good. We're in the single digits in the mornings here. Yeah, I didn't know. Ding dong me, didn't open this up ahead of time. So, how's everybody doing? That's the rundown of what I've got going on. I had to take an extra. I'm allowed 40 milligrams of my medication, and I tried to only take, cut everything in half. But this time today, I had to have a rescue dose, which I was taught in the hospital. So, yeah, because this port is getting really, really sore. So's up here, but this port, pretty sure the cord wraps this way. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it's getting sore. I'm so tired of it. And because it's so protected, really, I can't put on a lidocaine strip because I've got it. I'd take it off. Yeah, it would take all the stitches and the tubing with it when I took it off, so I can't. It's too. I don't know how people do this that have to have even a colostomy. It's got to be something similar to this. Not quite the same, but I'm sure there's a point that we all understand that burn. Like I said, the hard one's over. The one I dread the most is coming up, though. Being awake while I feel them weave shit in through my. Yeah, no. Weaving stuff in and out of through my rib cage. But how did everybody's weekend go? Did you guys get out and do something fun? I mean, I did laundry and packed for the next day. We got Friday. I got home about 6, I think, 6:30. Told them change of plans. You're going with me Monday. We're staying Sunday night because the oncologist said, okay, I need to see you at 4:30 on Monday. Okay. So I'm telling my oldest, okay, you're now regulated. What's the word I'm thinking of? Relegated to taking me on Wednesday instead of your ass getting up the day after the Super Bowl at 5 a.m. so we can leave by 6. So, oh no. Hopefully you're feeling better. Because that sucks. Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was working, I would struggle through whatever it was I had, cold, flu, whatever, and go to work so I could just struggle through that through my work day. So the days I have off, I actually feel better and can go do something. But my youngest has strep throat. He's texting me. I'm thinking to myself, stay over there. You stay in your town, I'll stay in mine. I don't want it. They gave him an antibiotic for it's an antibiotic shot. And if it's like I've seen before, it's like if it's anything, it's a weird ass gloop they put in you. And then over time it breaks down and puts the antibiotic in there. But it sure feels weird when it goes in because it just kind of sits there like a lump of weird. Yeah. But it works you don't have to remember to take a pill for the 10 days, which is great. But I don't know how it does just sitting in your body like that. So, but I'm glad I got it fixed. You show me somebody with strep, and I was one of those kids that I had strep too. So I just want to stay away from everybody. As long as my oldest doesn't get anything, because he's been my driver. All right, here we go. Come on. Hire the handicapped. Fun to watch, as my father used to say. As I was doing shit like that growing up as a kid. My dad would look at me. I'd trip and fall. One leg's longer than the other, so if I don't pick up my left foot, I'll trip over it. And my dad would look at me and go, "You heard from it lately?" I'm like, "Heard from what?" He goes, "Your coordination." I said, "No, not at all." That shit ran away on me a long time ago. So, also just to tell me, don't go outside barefoot without shaving your legs. Because I was a furry kid. Not so much now anymore, but and I had a small kid with a size 9 woman's shoe. Yeah. That's why I'd get it. But and I don't know if anybody watched the Super Bowl. I did not. I watched the last 4 minutes. I have missed nothing. We ended up driving around wherever we were at. Southwest Seattle. It's not too far from where all the shipping ports were. As for having food places, that was chaos. It would have been better had it not been the Super Bowl, but little places that, diners and stuff that I'd want to eat food at. There's no parking. And when you do park, it's angular and a lot of people just back in. I ain't that good at parking. Forget that. We ended up finding Mexican food, which was okay. I mean, had a tostada. I'm not sure why they don't season up the food like they used to. But then I looked at the clientele, that big group that just left, and I could kind of understand why. I was like, this chicken doesn't have any salt even. I mean, it's good. It's not chewy. It was nice, good, nice shredded and everything. Needed more seasoning. So I forget what he ate, but it was just when that's what you got to eat and go to bed with. Talk about disappointing. I was like, yeah, I'm still hungry, but yeah, no. What are they doing? I can't see. Oh, it's just the Heister. Yeah, get back to noise again. It's funny. Like the last couple Airbnbs we were at were nice and quiet and very little light pollution. Well, the one place from the week before during surgery, there was no light pollution. It was so awesome and it was so flipping cold. But I'll sit there and I'll wake up and I'm like, there's no noise. There's no cars. There's no nothing. I come here and I'm like going, oh, it's a Heister. Oh, it's a semi. Oh, I don't realize how loud that is. At nighttime, they're not very rarely, unless it's harvest, do they run late in the evenings. But during the daytime, it's just like you'll hear something. Is that UPS here? No, it's just the guy with the truck over here in Apples getting ready to leave. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Anybody have an exciting topic? I mean, I haven't even really paid attention to the news. I don't know what's going on. I've seen some memes, and that's pretty much how I get my news. Or the news blast. I got my little gorilla in a China hutch today. She called yesterday to see if I was home. I said, "No, honey, I'm not home yet." Ow, shit, this shit hurts. How do people permanently have to deal with this? I've dealt with people with feeding tubes, so I guess that's the closest, but having clients yank out their feeding tube and have to put it back in. But I mean, it's great that I don't have to do any other bullshit with it, but I just want this shit done. I have, they're all impressed with my skin because it's still springy, pliable. They can pretty much stretch as fast and as far as they can. I should be. So weird because from here it looks dark compared to this side because of the shape. And probably the sitting here touching it doesn't help it either. So I might just sign off here and go take a nap for about an hour. I'm doing good, guys. I'm surviving. I'm just tired. Yesterday took a lot out of me. I have to be on our toes, make sure we don't run over anybody who's out there with a sign looking for help. You know, people live in places that's not right. People doing that. I'm not happy about that shit. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna go take a nap in the recliner before the 9-year-old gets here. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'll have a full night's sleep. Get to bed early, get some decent sleep in. And I'll hit this thing up and running again tomorrow. Should be here all week. I don't foresee me going. It's not like I can drive anywhere. So I can't see. Don't foresee me going anywhere, but just slowly pittering around, getting things together. It's like when Carly gets here, I'm gonna have her help me put together these little shelves that go underneath the kitchen sink. And then I'm gonna go underneath the kitchen sink and probably throw a good 90% of that shit away, thinking I could have used this for later. Oh, what was I gonna use this wax for? Just get rid of it. I don't have to deal with it. So I love you guys, but I will catch you tomorrow. I gotta get in a bit of a nap. That's been my life lately, is sleep, more sleep. So all my love, Miss Dragon. We can get through this week, guys. Hey, Suspicious. And I'm going to see the back of my eyelids for about an hour. But they say you heal when you sleep. So I'm going to start healing. All right, guys, I love you all. I will talk to you tomorrow. I shall catch you on the flip side.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.